They're not.
Is coached by Dick Diener.
So there you have the starting lineups for tonight's game, and Mike, certainly the Kimberly Papermakers will give the Cardinals here tonight, I think, a rather stiff challenge. Maybe their best tall man, however, is not going to start out here tonight. Talking with head coach John Myron, Jason Diaz, who's a sophomore, 6'4" postman, is not going to get a starting nod tonight. Into some kind of trouble with the coaching staff of some sort or another, and just what I really don't know for sure. But he says he will play, but will not start out here tonight. So the Cardinals with an opportunity here to wrap up no less than a tie for the conference championship if they can come away with a victory out here this evening. And here's Joe Wolf down the low post, swinging out high. Simon, alley-oop feed inside. Here's Joe Harmson. Hi, Harmson with a turnaround jumper to hit it. Hi, Harmson with his first bucket of the game, and the Papermakers will bring it back up. They come in with a 5-8 record in conference play.
See the Cardinals right away going to the low post, using that height advantage, and Hi Harmson down below, getting that established position very early.
And out of the coffin corner here to the near side, wide open, Aaron McCuskey. And McCuskey with the 17-footer to hit at the tie of this basketball game back up once again. We got to talk about that JV ball game here when we get a moment. That was something else. Flashing through to the high post. Here's Wolf running one-hander down the lane, will not go. Harmson up to get. He's going to put it back in, and a foul on it. Joe Harmson will get the bucket.
Joe Harmson.
And Joe off to a great start here. Getting 2 buckets very early. One off the established position, the second one off a rebound. Yeah, that JV game set that one up. Down by 3 points, 1 second left on the clock.
Actually, it started with 3 seconds left on the clock. Got fouled, of course. And the Cardinals, if I get a look here very quickly, sent Travis Ernst to the free throw line. He misses the first shot.
And a 3-shot situation.
On a 3-shot situation, right. Misses the first one, so now it looks like it's impossible for the Cardinals to win this game. And out of the coffin corner to the near side, here's Osmond with a rainbow jumper from 19. It's good. And they're back to within 1 again at 5-4. Sundance out of the near side. Here is Zinkis. Loops it out, coming down the lane. Off to the near side. Here, Joe Harmson, he missed the bunny. Back up court.
You won't see Harmson miss too many of those. A good lead pass inside. Nice entry.
Ball bang free and then knocked out of bounds. McCuskey. Well, we continue to have some problems with one camera here tonight, folks. As we were having on Tuesday night, we thought we had it ironed out, and we don't. Rebound pulled down and away, and I apologize for that. We'll continue to work on it here. Simon working out between the 2 rings. Here's Adam Zinkis down to the left side, takes it down to the baseline, cut off there. Now throws up a shot. Kind of wild. I don't know what he was doing there, Mike. Rebound down and away underneath to Todd Schumacher. So back up court. Here's a 3 on the way once again outside by Troy Otley. Hit it.
Well, Papermaker is really warming it up early in this game, Dave, and hit 3 of 4 shots, that last one being a 3-pointer, and have gotten a 7-5 lead.
So here's Sundance again out between the 2 rings here with the basketball. It comes down to Zinkis. Atomic underneath. Here's Harmson, and he'll lay it in. Well, they're really feeding Joe Harmson, however.
Yeah, they've done a good job thus far getting the ball to Harmson, and Joe's established himself on the lower block and getting some good positions for entry passes.
And shot blocked here by Wolf, pulled down by Hi Harmson. Back up court come the Cardinals.
Papermakers are going to have to do a better job of weak side defense if they're going to stop Harmson inside.
Got it down low here to Wolf, spins down inside. Nice move, but he overlaid the hoop. The rebound down and away to McCuskey, and back up court come the Papermakers. On the far side, McCuskey now. He takes it down to the baseline, throw it right into the hands to Atomic Zinkis. Atomic, as he comes back up court, pulls up at the free throw line, running one-handed the bucket off the back of the rim, will not drop. Tapped by Golden Rams, and Harmson is there to put it back in. It's Joe Harmson 9 and Kimberly 7. Joe Harmson with all 9 points for the Cardinals here early in the basketball game. Got it down low here, turn around off of the baseline, though, is good by Osmond. Now, Mike, when they've got the ball into the forecourt and have been able to work against the Cardinal defense, they have fared fairly well. But their initial entry pass has caused them some problems from time to time. We got a foul down low underneath.
Yeah, so go against Shoemaker.
Shoemaker with his first personal, the second team. And on the common foul, the Cardinals will inbound the basketball underneath their own bucket. And up off the pines to come in is the sophomore now, Jason Diaz. Diaz comes in as Shoemaker will leave. Atomic Zekas as he comes off to the near side. Here is Simon. Simon's shot won't drop. Golden Grams battles for ball out of bounds. Touch last. One of the Cardinals. Back to Kimberly.
4:08 to go here in the first quarter of action. Just underway from Goodrich High.
And a 9-9 basketball game as the Papermakers come back up with it. Weingart out of the left side. Give it to Diaz there. Right back to Weingart, working circle high to the right. Here's Diaz, the sophomore, pulls up going towards the hoop. Harmson over the block. Zekas with a rebound. Adam back up court with the basketballs. He pulls up between the two rings. Golden coming up to help out there now. He doesn't want the ball in that kind of position, and dishes right back to Zekas again. Up high post, here's Wolf. Wolf spins down, spins in towards the lane, comes out cross court to Simon. Give it to Wolf once again. Wolf down to Simon. Sundance for three, and it's gone.
Cardinals playing a good up-tempo basketball game, pushing the ball up court whenever possible, and then they're relying on the ball control. The guards to bring it back out, set the offense.
So out of the coffin corner as they come in to the low post, and Golden Grams here is going to get the foul. And this one will send Aaron Bukowski to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
And let's get back to that JV game, Dave, for a second here.
So off to the free throw line for the Cardinals goes Travis Ernst. He misses the first, comes back, and hits the second free throw. At which time, for whatever reason, now keep in mind, folks, that at this point in time, it looks like there's no way that the Cardinals can win this basketball game.
Well, there was 1 second left on the clock, and obviously the intent would have been to miss the last free throw and go for a tip-in. So Kimberly decides to call a timeout. Only thing was they didn't have any left. So that's a technical foul.
Automatic technical foul, which then allowed Travis Ernst to go to the line and hit the second shot of the three-shot foul that he had, and then
draw him within one.
To draw him within one, and then a two-shot technical, and Brad Besser went to the line and knocked them both down, and Fond du Lac won the game. And here's Zekas now with a steal as he leans in off the glass, won't drop. Simon with a rebound, blocked from behind. Rebound pulled down by Wolf, coming back in, and he'll put it down. And it's a 14-11 basketball game. The Cards go back up by 3. Weingart back into the forecourt again, trying to come down low post. Banged loose there by Wolf, picked up by Atomic Zekas. Out of the near side, Sundance running one-hander, no. Tapped by Harmson, is good. High slamma jamma with his 11th point here of the first quarter of action. And we're going to get a timeout on the court taken by John Myron. 2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining to be played here in the first quarter of action. We got a timeout on the court with the score. Fond du Lac 16 and Kimberly 11. Back after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball report.
Digital cable radio is a three-dimensional high-resolution sonic photo of the musical performance. Huh?
It sounds just like a compact disc.
The reflected beam is received by a light sensor.
It sounds just like a compact disc.
It has incredibly low levels of noise and distortion.
It sounds just like a compact disc.
Digital cable radio, 19 music channels, no commercials, and it sounds just like a compact disc. It's cable for your stereo. Call your cable company.
Jumping out to a 16-11 lead after Kimberly had really stuck close here early in the basketball game. And here's a young man now into the ball game who has performed very well as of late, Mike. Jason Raminger.
Yes, Jason hasn't been a part of this team the last couple of years, had some other problems, but has really got in there and done a very admirable job, has become a very integral part of this team as the season wore on.
As coming off into the lane with a running one-hander there is Randy Osmond, won't drop. Zekas clears. Rocky Brown also into the ball game. He has played extremely well, especially defensively. Had a real fine game against Oshkosh North. And Adam Zekas here with his first bucket of the game. 18-11 score by 7. The Fond du Lac Cardinals. Weingart, he comes to Diaz. Diaz there with a lean-in three-point shot, won't drop. Zekas tries, and it's going to go back to the Cardinals. Touched last, apparently, by Troy Ott. So Ott will come back out. Bukowski is back in, and Todd Schumacher is back in as well. And as I said, through the course of trying to get a couple of things at the last moment, we ran into some camera problems, trying to get a couple of things to work there at the last moment. I never got a chance to phase those things up, and I'll have to wait till halftime now. Diaz running one-hander off the baseline, and he put it in.
Tell you, Wade, both of these teams like to go up and down the court. We could be looking at about 80, 90 points in this game.
And oddly enough at that, John Myron, Mike, coming from the Dick Bennett School of Basketball up at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point. And of course, through Dick Bennett's career as a coach, they've been a very slow down thing. You wouldn't expect to see John Myron come back with a run and gun type of game. There's Raminger, takes the baseline, dribbles through, off onto the near side, leaving for Zekas. Atomic running one-hander, no, but a foul. They're going to call this one on Diaz, or is it going to go against Shoemaker? Shoemaker will get the foul.
And it'll send Zekas to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Second personal on Todd Shoemaker, and the third team foul. And a couple more substitutions. Golden Graham's back in, along with Josh Harmson now, as Joe and Joe Wolf will leave. So Adam Zekas will go to the free throw line. He'll get a pair here, leading it by 5. The Cardinals at 18-13. His first on the way, no good. More and more, Mike, Adam Zekas, a guy who's got to shoot out, and he misses a pair. And quite frankly, that's not real uncommon for Adam. He's got to have more concentration, I think, on the free throw line. There's no doubt about it. He's definitely a shooter who likes to shoot on the move, but man, you got to connect on those free throws. Diaz missing on the other end. Here's Zekas, lean in off the glass, won't go down. Josh tries. Diaz with the rebound.
Yeah, definitely a guy that likes to play off transition basketball. Get him in the open court, and he's awful tough to stop.
Yep. Yeah, he will probably hit the shot a lot more often with a hand in his face than he will wide open, quite frankly.
And we're going to have a foul here as Ott takes it to the basket. They'll go against the Cardinals.
And this one will be called on Adam Zekas. Zekas with his first personal, the second team foul. As I said, the Cardinals can wrap up no less than a share of the Fox Valley Association with a win tonight. Appleton East, of course, is a full game behind with 2 losses. To the free throw line here, Troy Ott gets the first. He will get one more.
Cardinals will have but one game left on the season after tonight, and that will be against Appleton East right here next Friday night.
Friday night, right. Fond du Lac Gals with a big one tomorrow night, Mike. Wow.
Up at Kimberly.
Going after the undisputed conference championship. Need a win up there.
Clock rolling down to 5 seconds.
As here's Zekas. Zekas off the baseline. Pulls up there. Shot won't drop. Diaz going to try to throw this to the length of the court. No good. That'll be the end of the first quarter of action. And our score after 1 quarter of play, the Fond du Lac Cardinals 18 and Kimberly 15. We'll be back after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal Basketball Report.
What we got, industry and recreation, festivals and a great location, historic landmarks, music, the arts, it's all here for you. Fond du Lac County, wake up to what we got. Fond du Lac County, what we got. Excellent schools and universities.
Second quarter of action getting underway here. There's a looping feed down low underneath. Out with a running one-hander there, will knock it down. Rebound cleared by Josh Harmson. Outlet pass to Rocky. Up court they come here to Grams. Golden pulls up here to the near side. And dishing back out here is Zakis, now hole high. Raminger comes up to help out. Jason looks down. Now going to pop it back out to Rocky Brown up between the two rings. Cardinals right now, technically, I guess they call their small lineup as Josh takes the baseline, can't get the shot to go. Zakis with a rebound and fouled from behind.
Well, let me give you those first quarter stats here. The Cardinals 8 for 19 for 42%. Papermakers 5 for 13 for 38%. Cardinals with a slight edge on the boards, 9-8. Doing a great job of taking care of the basketball. Unofficially, no turnovers in the first quarter, but 2 for the Papermakers.
Adam Zakis 0 for 2 from the line thus far, and he gets the first. Atomic with his third point here of the basketball game. And this time knocks down a pair. So, working in the backcourt here now. Weingard going to work it up. Weingard down left side sidewalk. Comes to Diaz here, working out of the coffin corner. Swinging around the horn, out of the right side sidewalk for Osmond. Gets it down onto the baseline here. The running one-handed there by Bukowski won't drop. Rebound underneath to Ott, and he's going to put it in. Check that, it was Bukowski. Bukowski's going to get the bucket, and the foul underneath is going to be called here on Josh Harmson. So Bukowski with the bucket and a chance to complete the three-point play, and he does.
And draws the Papermakers back to within 2 at 20-18.
And I'm sure that Dick Diener does not like, in a lot of regards, the way this ball game has transpired this far. Raminger to the left side, Adam Zakis. I think he'd like to force Kimberly to play even more half-court ball, Mike. Coming down and really taking their first available shot, and we're not recovering defensively. Jason Raminger with a travel.
Yep, a little slide step on the back foot. Up off the Pines, Cardinals going to come back in with a pair, Simon and Harmson.
Harmson back in. So Weingard will bring it back up. And Kimberly now with a chance to tie or take the lead in this basketball game with a bucket. And a traveling violation called here on Jim Strick.
Return the favor of the travel. The Cardinals are once again bringing the ball back. With Rocky Brown having honors inbound.
And they'll leave it for the Rock here in the backcourt. Rocky Brown back up across the timeline, looks it down to the near side, knocked away and out of bounds by Gary Weingard. That JV win tonight over Kimberly, let me think here, 47-46, I believe was the final, something like that.
Unofficially, they were led by Brad Bester with 17 points, Travis Ernst with 11.
The other thing I was going to say about that, nice dish feed down here to Grams. Golden turns, puts the ball off the glass, won't go. Harmson goes up to get it, put it back in.
Joe having a whale of a game here in the first half.
13 points already here in the first half. And he comes in conference play, averaging a little over 15. Right side sidewalk with a basketball there is Wolfinger. As they'll swing it back around, Wolfinger here out of the coffin corner. Cardinals, as always, in their man-to-man defense out of the near side now. Strick. Left side, Troy Ott takes it towards the hoop. Shot on the way, no. Rocky Brown going to get a foul.
Yeah, they're going to call him on a wraparound. A little excuse me foul, actually. Not too much contact there. But he'll draw the whistle for Rocky. It'll be his first personal.
And the fourth team foul here on the Cardinals. Now, Mike, at first I thought that they called that, we're going to call that a two-shot foul, and they changed their mind.
No, it'd be pretty tough on a wraparound foul to call that shooting.
Well, at first he had held up the two fingers, though. And he was not dictating that as Rocky's number. I don't mean that. Ott with a running one-hander, and he got in behind, grabs and put it in.
Well, a strong move to the basket, challenged the big man inside, and was not afraid to take it strong into the hoop.
So hole high. As Shayna Laughlin's into the basketball game now, and Joe Hart's with the travel.
Second turnover for the Cardinals. That time the Papermakers with some great defense. They got that weak side help we talked about a little earlier. Had Harms in a position, tried to shuffle the feet a little bit to get himself to go up to the basket, unable to do it.
Finish up real quickly on that JV game, Mike. The Cardinals, the first team to beat the Kimberly JVs this year. They came in here undefeated. Outside with a three-point try on the way, and good by McCuskey.
And they have hit their last three in a row,
And they
have
have come back to take the lead at 23-22. Simon, hole high, pulls up there, give to Shane O'Laughlin. Looked to rub his man off a pick, now got to get rid of the basketball, and it's knocked away. Stolen off here by McCuskey, comes down on Rocky Brown.
Blocking foul.
Blocking foul is going to be on Rocky.
Oh, no, I don't believe so, Dave. They're going to call him out of bounds.
Oh, okay, they said that he stepped off on the baseline. And Joe Wolf now back up off the pines to come back in.
Tell you, thus far in this game, Kimberly does not look like a sub-500 team.
Well, Mike, they lost a tight one here just a couple of weeks ago to Oshkosh West in a game that John Myron felt that his team probably should have won. I think that was the game right before Fond du Lac beat West. Here is Harmson with a turnaround jumper, won't drop. Kimberly is a very young team, and as the situation can be with young teams, they start to come on at the end of the year. Jackknife jumper out of the coffin corner. Will not drop from Osmond, and High Harmson clears it away for Sundance. Simon to Shane O'Laughlin, takes the baseline, shovels it back out, and the ball stolen away.
Yeah, Cardinals have made 4 turnovers here in a very quick amount of time, have not done a good job as of late taking care of the basketball.
Diaz outside, and he hits the three.
Hey, on another thing about a young team, Dave, they play on an awful lot of emotion. A team that you'd like to get down early and keep them there.
And they've gotten the Cardinal crowd out of it, and what there is here from the Kimberly crowd into the ball game.
Yeah. They're doing a great job, really, at the defensive end, I should say. Really over-aggressively playing that man-to-man, trying to take away some of the entry passing lanes, things they were not doing early in this game.
Shane O'Laughlin comes out as Adam Zakis is back in for the Cardinals. And the ball banked free, but picked up by Harmson. Saves from going OB, but he threw it back into the hands of Aaron McCuskey. Quickly up court with a running one-hander, and a foul here is going to be on Golden. Golden Grams will pick up his second personal foul. That'll be the 5th team.
Probably a pretty good foul, as Osmond was about ready to have an easy layup there. You're going to send him to the free throw line to make him earn a pair.
So Randy Osmond with his first trip here to the line, and right here, wait a minute. I thought for a moment Dick Dino was going to take a timeout, but no. Grams is just going to come out of the ball game, and Jason Raminger comes back in.
Cardinals going to go with a little more quickness and line up 3-guard offense or defense, whichever. 3 guards in there at a time to see look at the rack.
Mike, I would say, yeah, more for the defensive end.
Well, they have not done a good job.
In my opinion, we have not done a good job defensively on the transition at all.
No, we have not, but along with that, we committed 5 turnovers here in about 4 minutes of basketball after going free of turnovers in the first quarter, so they are not doing a good job on their passing department either.
And Kimberly's Osmond hits a pair from the line, and the Papermaker lead is 5 at 27-22. Sundance comes to Jason Raminger out between the 2 rings over the basketball. Give to Simon down to the right side. Here's Wolf from the high post. Joe Wolf spinning down now, leaves it back out here for Raminger. Ram out hole high. Sundance looping feed to High. Harmson running one-handers. Got it!
Well, that's the first time they've been able to do that since early in the game. The Papermakers overall have done a good job of taking that position away from Harmson.
And Joe with his 15th point of the basketball game. Fond du Lac within 4 at 28-24. So the left side out of the coffin corner. Osmond running one-hander there would knock it out. High Harmson had an Osmond now is going to pick up the foul for knocking that one loose. And Osmond has picked up his 3rd. So they're going to get him out of the basketball game quickly, and back comes Todd Schumacher. And Jason Raminger will bring it back up. Zakins Raminger. Here is Harmson, turn around off the baseline, and he hit it.
Not an easy shot there for Harmson. Was actually a little bit behind the backboard. Had to take a very tough angle for that shot.
So here come the Papermakers back up with it again. And Gary Weingart onto the near side. Here's Diaz. Just about airballed that one. Rebound away to Joe Wolf. Here come the Cardinals on the run. Back into the forecourt as Zakis pulls up and he hit it.
Oh, that's what we talked about earlier,
Adam
Dave.
Zakis,
That's vintage Zakis right there.
That's atomic, you bet. But the problem is, Mike, I don't think the Cardinals want to go run and gun with this Kimberly team. I think they're a lot more frustrated when they have to play half-court offense. I don't believe they're anywhere near as good an offensive team in the half-court as we are a defensive team in the half-court. And the shot here out head of the key by Bukowski will drop. Bukowski now with 12 points here in the first half of action. 30-28 with 1:28 remaining in the first half. Wolf gonna take it down the lane and lay it in.
The group is Joe going down the left side of the lane, able to take it all the way to the glass. Now it knocked
Wolf knocked it away and out of bounds. And back in now comes Troy Ott as Todd Shoemaker will leave. And again, folks, we're well aware of the color bar things popping up and what have you, and try and do something else about that.
Well, our tech crew
halftime
feels they have it figured out now. See if we can make an adjustment at halftime.
All right. Turnaround jumper off the glass. Good, and Adam Zakis with a foul.
That was a tough shot. Zakis all over him.
Zakis will get his second personal. And let's see, we're going to see Shane O'Loughlin back into the ball game, I believe, and Zakis will come out, yes. Probably got color bars up, yep. There we go. So Bukowski knocks down the free throw, completes the three-point play, and Kimberly leads by 3 with just 1 minute now remaining in the first half of action, and Zakis had it knocked away. All right, check that Raminger. Raminger, looping feet, stolen away by Diaz. Bad, ill-advised pass. On ahead they come, Bukowski running one-hander is good.
And they have opened up a 5-point lead.
That's their second 5-point. Actually, they had a 6-point lead earlier at 28-22. And down low, here's Wolf off the baseline with a turnaround. Now got his own rebound. Can't hit it off the glass and a foul. They're going to call Wolf over the back.
No, I think it's going to stay right
Diaz.
Here. Yes. I believe it's going to go
on
Diaz.
Sophomore, I believe Jason Diaz is going to get the foul. And it will, no, not on Jason Diaz. It's going to be on Troy Ott. Ott will get the foul. Rocky Brown comes in. Jason Raminger back out. Mike, right now, head coach Dick Diener having some problems finding a point guard that is totally in sync here tonight.
Oh.
Got it down here to Harmson. He'll put it in.
Well, it's very fortunate the Cardinals that have Harmson with a hot hand tonight to keep themselves very close in this game.
Well, they are getting him the ball and getting him
to a good entry
That's
pass.
his 17th here of the ball game, and here's Shane O'Loughlin now with a foul.
Yeah, it's going to be well before going to wipe away the basket, the ball before, but it will be a situation.
11 seconds remaining in the half. What are we doing? Flip the camera cable? You don't know. Oh. That's what I was going to suggest.
Can we run that one all the way in?
It ain't going to be easy to do. No. To the free throw line, we'll shoot a 1-1. The first one is. So he will get one more. Ott's second. Also down. And Kimberly, again, has a 5-point lead in 11 seconds from the half. Back up court, here comes Rocky Brown coming off of the lane. Lost the handle on the ball. Dishes back out. Simon going to shoot for 3. Off the glass. Won't go down. That'll be the end of the back. And our score here at halftime. The Kimberly Papermakers 37. The Fond du Lac Cardinals 32. And we'll be back here at the Goodrich High Gymnasium right after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal Basketball Report.
That's right. Star Cablevision is offering you a sensational cable value deal. For just $39.95 per month, you can have Star's basic cable and 4 premium channels, plus your choice of special extras. Just $39.95, and that price is guaranteed till January 1995. Call now, 923-4390, and order your cable value deal from
Star Cablevision, yeah.
Cable much more open to change.
On digital cable radio, you'll find 9 music channels, CD quality sound, and no commercials.
I found a whole new me.
It's cable for your stereo. Call your cable.
Once again, welcome back to Goodrich High, where at halftime the Cardinals trail the Papermakers of Kimberly by a score of 37-32. We spent most of the halftime here hopefully correcting our problems that we had. We think we have done that. Real quickly, let's take a look at the stats here for the first half of action. The Cardinals 14 for 31 for 45%. The Papermakers 12 for 25, 48%. Fond du Lac with a 16-10 edge on the boards. 6 turnovers for the Cards, all coming in the second quarter, and 3 turnovers for the Papermakers.
Well, I'm not sure, but I think we got things squared around here, Mike. I hope.
We certainly hope we do. There's a turnover for the Cards and a big transition basket very quickly again. And that was the problem that the Cardinals had in the second period, was turnovers.
Down low underneath, the running one-hander by Osman is good. And the lead is 7 for Kimberly at 39-32. Alley-oop feed. Here's High. Harmson goes to the hoop and puts it in.
Well, the Cardinals looking to reestablish that low post play they got from Harmson early in this ball game when they were unable to double team him with the Papermakers, giving Harmson a good low post access pass.
And 19 points now for Joe High Slamma-Jamma Harmson. Out of the near side, shot on the way by Ott, will not drop. Sundance here with it, comes away with it. Nice feed to Zakas, but he traveled the ball. So the basketball will go back to the Papermakers, and again, they can go up by 7 or 8 with a bucket.
It's amazing how fast a halftime can go when you're running around.
Yeah, when you're having problems, yep. Diaz, and he's gonna shoot the tray, and it's good.
Not afraid to throw that 3 up. There's Diaz. He gets in there and he goes a firing.
No, I tell you, neither is Randy Osman afraid to throw that 3 up. Zakas. There's Golden Grams coming down into the lane, running one-hander. No. With a foul, a blocking foul. His first, team's first of the second half of action.
Grams takes the ball, puts it to the hardwood, and takes it strong to the basket, draws the contact.
And Eric will go to the free throw line, scoreless this far in the ball game, and he'll shoot 2.
Gets the first.
So he will get one more. And that one as well as good. Eric Grimes with his first 2 points of the ball game, 42-36 by 6, the Papermakers. Weingart comes to Diaz out of the coffin corner here to the left side, looks inside, now dumps it back out to Weingart once again. Post here now as Weingart goes down and harps it right down the lane, and he put it in. Oh, a tough move there by the sophomore.
Yep.
And his 10th point of the basketball game. Simon with a 8-point deficit now. Comes around to Zakas. Zakas trying to take the baseline, pick down low, and then got it blocked by Diaz and out of bounds.
Well, Diaz really all over the court, Dave. Really very aggressive on both ends.
Cardinals came into this basketball game ranked number 4 in the state with their 2-loss record. To go along with 16 victories coming in here. Here is Zakas now coming into the lane, and a honeycomb down and a foul.
What Zakas does so well is draw the pressure. When he feels it, he's able to hang in the air, get that shot off, and get a lot of 3-point opportunities.
And Weingart picks up the personal, his first, the team's second, and Adam Zakas will go to the free throw line. Atomic now with 8 points here in the ball game. He is 2 of 4 from the free throw line, and on the way and good. And Weingart will come back up. Weingart spins down here on Simon out of the near side now as Diaz. Diaz lost the handle on the basketball. Regains control. Back out Weingart hole high. Skips it across out of the coffin corner to the left side. Shot there will not drop from Bukowski. And Zekas quickly rushes it back up to the forecourt. He pulls up, lets fly a 14-footer no. Tap once, pulled down by Harmson, and it's stripped out of his hands and out of bounds. And Harmson touched it last. 44-39 score. By 5 the Papermakers. Diaz comes out. And back up off the pines and into the ball game is Randy Osmond. Weingart, ball, bad pass, stripped free, and Wolf will bring it back. Leaves it for Sundance as he comes across the timeline. Jeff Simon, right side, here's Wolf. Takes it down to the baseline. Running one hand there. It's good by Joe.
Good back pick on the baseline, enable Wolf to get all the way to the glass.
Cardinals back to within 3 at 44-41. Weingart, high corner here to the near side. And he gets Osmond to come out and help out. Osmond now working between the two rings. Give it to Weingart. Weingart played here by Jeff Simon. Feeds down, coffin corner to the near side. Osmond there with the basketball. Got a pick down low. Comes in, going to shoot it over the top of Gramps, and Eric got a piece of that one. Golden with a block. Outlet pass up to Zekas. Turns down the shot, now reloads the ball. Out of the right side, here's Simon. Simon comes there at Graham's, hole high, give it to Zekas, off a pick from Harmson. Shot will not drop, but a foul gonna be on Gary Weingart.
Weingart not happy with that, thinking that it was Zekas who drew all the contact, but Adam has the ability to do that from time to time, to lean in and force the contact, and more often than not, that's gonna go against the defensive player.
So Adam Zekas will go to the free throw line, it should appear. He is now 3 out of 5. Gets this one.
We had hoped at halftime to bring a routine from the cheerleaders that they used in state competition, placing 7th out of 19 squads at halftime, but due to our technical problems, that was unable for us to be completed. But our congratulations to the cheerleaders, and hopefully maybe down the stretch we can see it one more time.
And Weingart here going to call for a timeout after bringing the ball up into the forecourt. Well, we'll get a timeout on the court here with 4:11 remaining in the third quarter of action. Timeout. Cardinals are back to within 1. It's Kimberly 44, Fond du Lac 43. Back after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball report.
Now, this is a video of our trip to Fond du Lac. Here we see Mabel and the kids at Fond du Lac's Lakeside Park at the picturesque lighthouse. And this is a Star Cablevision van. Here we are at historic Galloway House, which, here's a Star Cablevision van. And here we see Mabel and the kids visiting beautiful old St. Paul's Cathedral. And here's that darn Star Cablevision van again. Geez, they're all over.
Star Cablevision, service so sure it shows.
4 minutes and 11 seconds remaining to be played in the third quarter of action. And a 44-43 basketball game, and Kimberly will have the ball at midcourt.
And once again, the Cardinals will have a week off to prepare for their last conference game of the year next Friday night right here at Goodrich High against Appleton East.
And got to win this one first, though. Or you could be looking at a dangerous situation next Friday night and a traveling violation called on the baseline on Randy Osmond. Yeah, if you don't come away with this one, Mike, Appleton East could be in a position to win the conference next week. Wouldn't that be something?
Oh, good give and go.
Nice give and go here. Grabs, finds Zekas underneath, and he'll lay it in.
That was really executed very well.
Atomic coming on here in the third quarter. He's got 7 points in the third. Down low, coming in is Troy Ott. Shot won't drop. High Harmson goes up to get. Outlet pass to Sundance. Grabs coming to the lane, travel.
Yep.
And Dick Diener highly disagrees with that call. And Shoemaker comes out of the basketball game as Diaz comes back in. I was almost surprised that they held him out of there at all because he seems to make things happen, Mike. There's no doubt about it.
He certainly does. He's one of those guys that, he makes a few mistakes, but he's in there making something happen, exactly as you said. One way or another, things are created by his play.
Cardinal lead is 1 at 45-44. Feed comes in on the near side. Bukowski. Bring it back out now out of the coffin corner. Osmond dumps it in here for Diaz, and then Osmond moving the wrong way. They weren't on the same page. Or if they were, the page was stuck together. And the basketball will go back to the Fond du Lac Cardinals.
Things getting a little sticky around here.
Oh boy, 3:11 remaining here. Third quarter of action, and Simon out between the two rings. Here's Joe Wolf, comes back Grant. Swing it off onto the right side. Simon going to shoot the tray, and it will not drop. Diaz is there for the rebound. And Weingart now back into the forecourt, coming down the lane. Leaves it off. Here's Osmond out of the coffin corner, short in front of the rim. A rebound, a high slam, a jamma. Armson to Sundance. Here come the Cardinals on the run. Sundance right down the lane. Leaves it for Wolf on a baseline. Bango! Well, that a Boston Celtic fast break right there.
Doesn't work bad for the Cards either.
47-44. Well, taking the first available shot, that's what I mean. And a turnaround off of the baseline here will not drop from Bukowski, and Zekas clears it.
And the Cardinals slowly starting to take control of this game, although they have only a 3-point lead.
Sundance for 3, won't drop. And Kimberly going to bring it back up once again, and John Myron up. I think he wants them to slow it down, but in all reality, they were a better team, Mike, I think, when they came down and took their first available shot. Diaz out of the coffin corner here to the left side. Swings it back out high now to Reeder. Check that. Osmond out of the coffin corner. No. Grabs for the rebound. They're not really a good half-court team. Zekas quickly back up court. He pulls up off the glass and good. Atomic. His 9th of the quarter and his 15th overall. And it's 49-44. The Cardinals.
They get a foul here on Simon being a little overly aggressive at the half-court line. A little push to Weingart.
Well, at one point, this basketball game, I recall, was 44-38. And the Cardinals have scored 11 in a row. And Rocky Brown comes back into the ballgame. And a bump bang here on the Rock. Rocky with his second personal. That is only the first team foul of the half against the Cardinals.
Yeah, this game, Dave, an awful lot of similarities to the one we saw up at St. Mary Springs on Tuesday night. You had Menasha St. Mary's in that game just kind of hanging around all game long, and that was a exciting finish.
Oh, yeah. Weingart. Swing it between the two rings. Here's Diaz. Out of the near side now. Reeder played there by Zekas. Going to try to take Zekas to the hoop. Now dumps it back out. Diaz going to shoot the 3. Out hit of the key. No. Zekas with a rebound. Here comes Atomic on the run. Spins down. Pulls up just inside the free throw lane, and he nailed it.
Wow, boy, you can see confidence blowing from Zekas right now. He wants the ball. He wants to be able to take it to the basket. That's not an easy shot. A spin reverse shot. Nothing but net at the opposite end.
That's his 11th of the quarter, his 17th overall. On the ball good. Left side sidewalk, Osmond, Randy Osmond here with the basketball. The Cardinals now have scored, 13 in a row. Coming off in the lane, Reeder pulls up for the line jumper, no. Golden up for the rebound. Going to Rocky Brown. The Rock back up into the forecourt, then pulls it up. We'll see the half-court offense here from the Cardinals for the first time in quite some time. They've been on the move this entire third quarter as Harmson overlaid the hoop.
Kimberly Davis missed the last 8 attempts from the floor.
After coming out hotter than a pistol in the third quarter, at the start of the third quarter. Weingart, they get a double up on him. Finally gets it away to Osmond. We have 9 seconds remaining in the quarter. Osmond gonna pull up, gonna shoot that, and he honeycombed it in. Osmond, as the quarter runs out, and our score here after 3 is the Fond du Lac Cardinals 51 and Kimberly 47, and we're going to be back here at the Goodrich High Gymnasium right after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal Basketball Report.
Wait a second. It's not Karen, it's Cynthia. Hello? It's Claire.
Digital cable radio, 19 different music channels with CD sound and no commercials for the perfect music, regardless of your passion.
Venus.
Hi. Digital cable radio. It's cable for your stereo. Call your cable company.
As we get ready to hit into the final quarter of action, the third quarter stats, the Cards are shooting 7 for 12, 58%. 4 for 13, 31% for Kimberly. Fondy with a huge edge on the boards, 10-4. The Cards with 3 turnovers in the quarter, as well as the Papermakers of Kimberly with an equal amount of 3 turnovers. Papermakers inbound the ball to start the fourth quarter of action. And now to take you the rest of the way, I believe here is Dave Preston.
Thank you very much, Mike. As a shot on the way outside there would not drop from Troy Ott, and the Cardinals will bring it back. They have scored 13 in a row. Zekas, right side, takes the running one-hander off the baseline. Rainbow jumper would knock it out. Rebound to Grams. Bango foul today. And it's going to go against Aaron Bukowski. Golden Grams with his first bucket of the game. Well, they called it on Ott. Okay. I thought he pointed at Bukowski. Well, for Ott, his second personal, Grams cannot drill the free throw. Diaz with the rebound. Cardinals have scored 15 in a row. 53-47, I shouldn't say in a row. They have outscored them, 15-3 in the last 4 minutes or so of this basketball game. At one point, Fond du Lac trailed this game at 44-38, and also at 42-36. Running one-hander down the lane, and it's good by Bukowski. And Fond du Lac back up right side, looping feed, finds high Harmson on the baseline, and he falls away from 7 and put it in.
Well, Harmson just uses a size advantage right there. You saw that ball, 4 red uniform, on him. He had no place to go but straight up with the shot, and he converted it.
Weingart here, circle high to the right side, leaves it now for Bukowski. They'll give it to Diaz, flashing through on the baseline. Weingart can't handle the pass, and it goes out of bounds. So back up court come the Cardinals once again, leading it by 6, 55-49. Rocky Brown. Swing it between the 2 rings. Zekas, he's going to pull up. 17-footer, short in front of the rim. Rebound down and away here to Weingart. Gary Weingart back into the forecourt. Bukowski, look away pass underneath to Ott. He'll lay it off the glass and down.
Well, you see, Dave, again, as you talked about a little bit in the third, the Papermakers trying to pick up the pace a little bit, pushing that ball up court, getting that first available shot.
Well, they're going to have to, they change. Oh, my, what a move by Eric Grams. He shows outside, comes back inside on the baseline and lays it down. Pretty move by Eric Grams. And the foul is going to be on Diaz, his second, the 13. And Eric will go to the free throw line.
Eric, one of the many sung heroes on this team, guy that really goes about his business very quietly and gets the job done. He doesn't have the flashing stats, but really does the little things in this basketball game.
Well, that was a golden move on the baseline. And it's 58-51. The Cardinal lead is 7. That might be just about their biggest lead of the basketball game. Diaz coming into the line here, pulls up from 13, and it's good.
Well, he's going to be a honey in a couple of years. Not a bad ball player right now.
Only a sophomore at 6'4". Simon swing between the 2 rings, give it to Zekas. Atomic here, working high corner, and they threw it into the hands of Diaz. Jason Diaz quickly back out ahead they come. Bukowski, Weingart swinging around the horn. Osman out of the coffin corner. Diaz making the move, had to change the shot. They leave it there now for Ott, and he'll put it in.
Well, a very athletic move by Diaz as he got the ball in mid-air, was going up to the shot. Knew he could not get it away. Good defensive by Joe Harmson, and was able to find his man underneath the basket. Good adjustment.
And he had some hang time there too, didn't he? Wolf off of the baseline, running one-hander, won't drop. Here they come, right back at you once again. It's a 3-point basketball game. Kimberly with a chance to tie with a tray right here. Weingart. Off of the baseline. Osman had it blocked out of bounds by High Slamma-Jamma. And Rocky Brown will come back in as Zekas will take a breather. Played once. Yeah. Out hole high here now. Osman bumped off there, leaves it out here for Diaz. Shot will not drop from three-point land. And now Diaz reaching in on Joe Harmson will get the foul. Diaz with his third personal. And that will be their fifth team.
And the Cardinals make it 6-team, Dave.
6-team, my mistake.
So the Cardinals will be shooting bonuses from here on out, and they have committed only 2-team fouls themselves. So in a good position from that aspect of the game.
58-55 by 3 Fond du Lac. And here is Sundance, hole high. That one partially deflected, I think, by Bukowski. High Slamma-Jamma got the rebound. Now Wolf has. Shot won't drop. Another foul on Diaz. Jason Diaz has picked up 3 quickies here in the fourth quarter. And that's his fourth. And Joe Wolf is going to go to the free throw line, his first trip to the line tonight.
And let's see if the Cardinals don't go after Diaz a little bit. I would consider him their biggest weapon on the court right now.
Well, especially considering the fact that by far their best three-point shooter. No doubt there.
And with 4:20 to go, it appears as though Coach John Myron going to leave him in this game.
Well, I think he feels he's got a do-or-die situation right now.
Probably
they climb back to within 3. They now fall back by 5. And they need a conversion right here. Left side sidewalk. Osman with the basketball. Comes out hot. Now Bukowski. Bukowski, as he is played there by Grams, pulls up hole high, feeds Weingart. Down low they come now to Troy Ott and Rocky Brown. Going to call for a checking foul down low on the block. Well, he certainly did not do very much to deserve that one, his third personal. Probably threw him a little hip check, Mike. Reminder that Saturday night we're going to have high school hockey for you as the Fond du Lac Cardinals open up WIAA tournament play against the Golden Beavers of Beaver Dam, and that should be a dandy. And given the fact that Fond du Lac won the first 2 meetings between those 2 teams, you know how tough that could be to win the third. So that coming your way on Saturday evening at 10 p.m. with a replay.
Well, you use that kick block to segue into that real nicely. Got a little hip check.
Diaz. Outside, here's Osman, and the shot of the way. No, Diaz had the rebound and lost it. And the Kimberly fans not happy about that call, or lack thereof of a call. And back up court once again come the Fond du Lac Cardinals, who will take a little bit more time now, I would think, every time up court. Leading it by 5, looping feed. High Slamma-Jamma!
As a result of a good touch pass by Grams, again to the little things. Ball came to him on the high post, and he just touch passes it inside.
And we're going to get a timeout taken here by the Kimberly Papermakers. 3:29 remain to be played in the basketball game. Timeout of the court. Fond du Lac leads it by 7 again, 62-55.
Wake up to what we got. Industry and recreation, festivals and a great location, historic landmarks, music, the arts. It's all here for you. Fond du Lac County, wake up to what we got. Fond du Lac County, wake up to what we got. Excellent schools and universities, business opportunity, shopping in great parts to see, waiting here for you. Fond du Lac County, wake up to what we got. Fond du Lac County, wake up to what we got.
3 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in regulation play of this basketball game. And the Kimberly Papermakers are out to the left side. They desperately need a conversion this time up court to stay in this one.
Ball kicked out of bounds by Wolf.
And I do mean to tell you, there's plenty of time left in this ball game.
Oh, yeah, there's an eternity left in this game yet, Dave. 3 minutes and 10 seconds in a high school game. You saw in a JV game what could happen with 1 second on the clock.
Right. What,
Scored
4 points.
4 points in 1 second. Oh, actually without the clock moving.
Without the clock moving at all. Bukowski brings it back out for Diaz. Diaz now has the basketball hole high, leaves for Weingart. On the right side, they're playing right now very tentative. They know they need a bucket this time up court. Diaz takes an ill-advised shot. The rebound down and away to Zekas.
Now the Cardinals will look to be a little bit more patient on the offensive end, work a little time off the clock.
Well, they forced that one right there, Mike. You can tell at the present. And now a steal, however, by Osman, and he'll come down, and he tried to slam dunk and got lucky to get a roll.
Yeah, he was fortunate that ball stayed in the rim.
Back up into the forecourt now is Wolf, and looking for some help, and can't find it. And, however, not with the steal, but called for the travel.
Well, break right there. The Cardinals with 2 turnovers in a row, trying to let the Papermakers right back in it. Dick Diener wants to talk it over.
Yeah, Dick Diener wants to talk things over this time. We have 2:18 remaining in this basketball game. A timeout on the court. Fond du Lac leads at 62-57.
Now, this is a video of our trip to Fond du Lac. Here we see Mabel and the kids at Fond du Lac's Lakeside Park at the picturesque lighthouse. And this is a Star Cablevision van. Here we are at historic Galloway House, which, here's a Star Cablevision van. And here we see Mabel and the kids visit beautiful old St. Paul's Cathedral. And here's that darn Star Cablevision van again. Geez, they're all over. Star Cablevision, service so short. Show.
2 minutes and 18 seconds remain to be played. We should talk a little bit that we're hoping. I got to get a hold of Mr. Chiante from Goodrich High School and the media folks there, see if we can't get a little help here next Friday night. I'm going to try and bring you a triple header next Friday night. And Cardinals are going to get what the Kimberly fans here think is an undeserved break right there and get the basketball back.
Yeah, we'd like to bring you action from all 3 of the Fond du Lac high school basketball teams.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice, huh? Out working between the 2 rings now is Raminger with the basketball. Give it to Simon. Simon leaves it back out for Zekas. Zekas going to try to dump it underneath the Harps of the ball bank free and picked away. Here comes Bukowski. 2-on-1. Shows the ball to Zekas. Blocking foul on Adam.
Well, let's back up the other end a little bit, Dave, where we set this whole sequence up. The Cardinals a little ill-advised taking that shot. I think Zekas got caught in a position offensively where he didn't want to be. Had to throw the ball towards the basket. It came away empty, and good transition by Kimberly and able to bring the ball down court and create 2 free throws.
It was a good transition, but however, Bukowski, I don't know if maybe he was trying to draw a foul and get a possible 3-point play out of that or not, Mike. And now he's going to come away with no more than 1. He had Osman on the left wing and elected not to give him the basketball after Zekas came over and committed to him. I was a little surprised there at the move by Bukowski. I think he gave away a sure 2 points, unless, as I said, he was looking to possibly pick up a shot at a 3-point play there. Joe Wolf now back into the ballgame, and Bukowski misses a pair from the line.
Yeah, those are 2 big ones for Kimberly.
And the Cardinal lead remains 5 at 62-57. Simon wrap-around steal by Bukowski. They lead, feed it down to him. Comes down with a running one-hander. He missed it again. Rebound away to Bukowski. Off the glass, this time good. And they are right back to within 3 again with 1:24 remaining. Problems getting it in. Zekas. Blocking foul. Wow.
That's one of those that you kind of held your breath that could have gone either way.
I got to tell you, Mike, if we look at a replay on that, I think that was an offensive foul.
Well, you saw the shoulder go down. That's usually an indicator off at what they're going to call. This time it went for the Cardinals.
Bukowski gets his first personal. And Adam Zakis is going to go to the free throw line. He has hit on his last 5 after missing his first 2.
And they need a pair right here. 1:22 left in regulation play. Cardinals with a 3-point edge. Make it 4.
And he honeycombed that one in. So Zakis will get one more. And this one is also good. And back up comes Gary Weingart. Bukowski. It's a 5-point lead again here for Fond du Lac. Osmond now going to shoot, and that one won't drop. Rebound to Diaz. Outside Bukowski for 3. Good.
And they're back within 2.
And we still have a minute to go in this ball game. The pressure applied to the backcourt. Zakis is fouled. And I think this will be on Bukowski.
Yes, it should. Yes. On a wrap-around foul.
Bukowski gets his second.
They'll send Zakis back to the charity stripe.
And now he has hit on 7 of 9. Plus 1. And half of the important on the way. Good. Mike, this is, I think, a very dangerous Kimberly basketball team. And keep in mind, folks, that come tournament time, they play in Division II.
Yes, indeed.
Outside, Diaz for 3. Off the front of the rim, no. Tap by Ott, no, and a foul on Ott. Came over the back of Golden Grams. Still 52 seconds remaining. And let's see, a pair of free throws here. And don't misunderstand me here, but the pair of free throws, we are going to get a timeout taken by Kimberly. And I'll reiterate a little bit more about that here in a moment. 52 seconds remaining in this basketball game. Timeout on the court with a score. Fond du Lac 66, Kimberly 62.
In some countries, music heard over the air is limited to a few selections played over and over. Talented musicians are in effect banned from the airwaves. Nothing but the hits, the hits, the hits, nothing but you live in one of those countries. Set your ears free with digital cable radio. 19 different music channels with CD sound and no commercials. Digital cable radio. It's cable for your stereo. Call your cable company.
The free throws coming up here from Eric Grams are somewhat meaningless because Kimberly needs 2 possessions anyway. And two trays could still tie the basketball game. On the other hand, it definitely forces them to go for the 3-point shots.
Well, I wouldn't call it meaningless because it's 52.
That's why I said I knew you were going to do this to me. I said, do not misunderstand what I'm going to say.
When you started to
and
talk
you
about
did right away.
52 seconds, Dave, it's an eternity in a basketball game.
15 years of working with the same guy, he still doesn't understand me.
Well, you think Coach Diener would call these meaningless?
No, but he doesn't understand me either.
Who does?
Grabs, misses the front half.
God knows your wife doesn't.
Boy, you got that right. Weingart. And Weingart going to take it to the hoop. Now dishes off. Bukowski for 3, and it's good again.
And they're right there again.
And Zakis stepped on the sideline and out of bounds. And now those free throws have become very meaningful. Because now a 2-pointer can give Kimberly the lead. 28 seconds remaining. Bukowski going to shoot it off the glass, won't drop. Wolf with the rebound, foul. Did they call this on Diaz? They did. Mike,
Yep.
I have no idea what he did to get that foul. I'll be very honest with you. Diaz has just fouled out of the basketball game.
He himself just officials and goes, me?
I don't really think that he was that much involved in that play, unless the foul happened away from the action. I'm going to have to see who's going to go to the free throw line here. But John Myron has just lost one of his better three-point shooters. His next best is still on the court, and that being Aaron Bukowski.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen at the charity stripe, but this game right now does not dictate a three-point shot. Keep that in mind.
No. I'm assuming that we're going to hit 2 free throws, Mike. Okay, and then you got to be looking at the tray again.
But again, still 23 seconds left, which is still an eternity in a one-point basketball game.
Next, a week from tomorrow on Friday night, to quickly explain to you what we hope we're going to be able to do. The St. Mary's Springs Ledgers will take on either Manassas St. Mary's or St. Lawrence Seminary in a semifinal game in District 2 at Springs. Fond du Lac will play Appleton East here beginning at 8 o'clock. We want to be able to bring you both of those, and then in addition to that, bring you a third contest that same night between the Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings and either Oshkosh Lourdes or Manny Lutheran. So keep tuned to the Star Channel on the Crawl Channel. We will let you know what's going to take place. Hopefully a triple header next Friday night.
But at the very least, a doubleheader.
At the very least, a doubleheader, yeah. Joe Wolf will go to the free throw line. And he gets the first.
Yep, that one was pure, and that was the tough one for Wolf. It takes the pressure off a little bit. But again, as you mentioned, Dave, you still need this one, so the tray can only tie you.
Wolf's second is also good. Now, what I was talking about with Grabs' free throws before, Mike, was the number of possessions that Kimberly needed. I was looking at it from a standpoint of what Kimberly had to do, and not what the Cardinals had to do. That misses the bunny underneath.
What an aggressive
12
rebound.
seconds remaining, and a foul now as Zakis is fouled by Troy Ott.
And that was as aggressive a rebound as I've ever seen Joe Harmson grab. He went up there with every intent of snaring that ball and really strong to the glass.
And Adam Zakis will go to the line with a chance to ice this basketball game. And Fond du Lac here is going to take their final timeout. And we'll keep it right here with 11 seconds remaining. A reminder once again that on Saturday night, high school hockey action for you as the Fond du Lac Cardinals will play host to the Golden Beavers of Beaver Dam in a regional playoff game. The winner of that one goes on to face Brookfield next Thursday night. Now the Cardinals, with a pair of wins this season, a 1-goal victory back in January, and then just a couple of weeks ago, bumped off Beaver Dam on their home rink, 7-4. But Mike, boy, oh boy, it can be tough to beat a team three times in one season. Now, keep in mind that earlier in the year, the Golden Beavers were ranked as high as 5th in the state. They have since dropped out of the top 10, but have still played some very formidable hockey. And I believe, Mike, that they were the only team to defeat Walpond this year.
It may well have been.
So Adam Zakis will go to the free throw line. And with a chance to ice this game with a toss right here. And he missed it. Thompson with the rebound. And go back up with it a second. No, but a foul.
Well, Joe has been all over the court tonight. And we said he's done it at both ends.
Well, I don't know where High Slamma-Jamma came from to get that one, but...
Well, he was the number 2 slot on the near side of the court.
Right. I know that. I'm just...
Per se.
And he really in no man's land to battle for that rebound. And Troy Otten is fouled out of the basketball game, and Jim Strick will come in.
And the Cardinals still looking for that one free throw to ice it at this point.
And Harmson, Joe is 1 for 1 from the line tonight.
Here.
And he will shoot 2. And he missed the ball. They did call it a two-shot foul, yeah.
But still 7 seconds left. You need this one.
Harmson second. He missed them both. So they need to knock down a three-point shot here. They're going to shoot from half court. It is no good. That's the basketball game.
And Harmson knocked the floor hard as the shot was coming off the rim.
Harmson goes down pretty hard.
He might have a finger in the eye or something as Osmond came over his back.
And wait. High slam and jam.
Looks okay.
Yeah. Well, the basketball game is over. And this was as tough a victory as the Cardinals have had to battle for this year. It reminds me so much, Mike, of a game earlier in the season against the Manitowoc Ships here.
Yes.
A game in which, of course, Manitowoc really took the air out of the basketball, but a lot of situations here that would really remind you of that ball game. And the Cardinals knew that they were in a battle here tonight with, well, I tell you, for a team that is now, 5-9 or something like that in conference play.
To go into foreign grounds on the team that's ranked number 4 in the state of Wisconsin. They didn't go away tonight. They hung there, and as I said, that they did not perform like a sub-500 team this year.
Certainly not. We'll be back to wrap things up for you right after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal Basketball Report. Basketball, the Cards come away with a win and have assured themselves of no less than a tie for the Fox Valley Association Championship, and now need to either a loss, of course, by Appleton East of any kind, or the Fond du Lac Cardinals with the win and the subsequent loss over Appleton East next Friday night, and the Cardinals can wrap up the conference title all on their own, which would I certainly not anything that would have been unexpected coming into this basketball game out here tonight. There's that got to be a computerized sketch of Dick Diener with his new fuzz cut that he's going to have after tonight.
They're preparing, aren't they?
I don't know. Maybe they're doing that right now. Dick Diener, computerized shot. I don't know. You can't see it real well, but a computerized shot there of Dick Diener with sporting a fuzz cut, which is what he's going to look like after the game tonight. He said that he would get a crew cut if the Cardinals won the conference championship, and they have done no less than time for it, Mike.
They certainly have. They've kept things rolling. It was not an easy task tonight. One of those games you just have to battle, and Kimberly, a team that has the fine tradition that even though their record indicates they're in a lesser part of the conference, they're there, they're a battler. I think you touched on the fact early in the game, Dave, that they're a young team, and they play very well on emotion, and they got things flowing through the course of this game, came off the bus very well, got into the game early. They didn't get themselves down, and that's when, against a young team, you like to get them down early in the game and then kind of send them home packing early. When you let a young team get into the game, they get a little emotional, they get on that high. They played very well. I thought they played very good defense through the course of the game. Sporadic offensively. They went in streaks. They'd score 6, 8, 10 points in a short period of time, then go cold for a while. The last 2 minutes there, they got that hot streak again and made this a very exciting basketball game down the stretch. A couple of key performances for Fond du Lac tonight, though. I thought Joe Harmson, outstanding from start to finish tonight. Both ends of the court.
It may have been the best game that I've seen him play, and I haven't missed very many. So
he was aggressive on both ends, and that's the same thing you like to see a little bit more of Joe, is his aggressiveness, to really go strong to the boards, etc. Adam Zakis, through the middle portion of the game, I thought really asserted himself off that transition game and had a big quarter of action, and when the Cardinals had been down by, I believe it was 6 at halftime, worked their way back to take a lead at the end of 3 quarters. That was largely due to the Zekas.
Well, at one point in there, the Cardinals had scored some 13 or 15 points in a row while shutting down Kimberly completely, and went from a 44-38 deficit to, what was it at that time, Mike? I think we went up 51-44, so held them absolutely scoreless, scored 13 at the same time. And but again, Kimberly just comes bounding right back at you once again. The Cardinals struggled tonight in a number of areas. Trying to find someone who could handle that point guard position out here tonight was a struggle, I think, for Fond du Lac. I think they finally settled in on Jeff Simon here late in the basketball game. But Jeff was more of a non-factor tonight than I think we've seen Jeff Simon for a long time. He had one 3-point field goal in the first quarter of action, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Jeff Simon. I'm just saying that our 3 guys that we normally put in there at the point guard position really struggled for us tonight. Rocky Brown just seemed a little out of sync tonight. Jason Raminger a little out of sync tonight, and Jeff Simon was just not with. And it's very unusual for the Cardinals not to find one of those 3 guys that is going to come in and contribute immensely.
Well, I think a good part of that, Dave, was the fact that Kimberly Papermakers played some very good pressure defense high, and they were pressuring us from half court down. They did not pick us up at the top of the key and let those point guards float around. They were really taking it to us, pressuring us off the ball and with the ball. That makes it a lot tougher for a point guard. I think you have to turn around and give a little bit of that credit, or maybe a lot of that credit to the defense of Kimberly.
Take a look here quickly at the scoring. Leading scorers in the basketball game. First of all, for the Fond du Lac, led here tonight by high slamma jamma Joe Harmson with 25 points. Atomic Adam Zekas had 21, and Joe Wolf with a total of 12 here to lead the way for Fond du Lac. 7 points tonight for Eric Grams. All of that in the second half of action. 3 points for Jeff Simon. None of the people coming off the bench, and this is something else that is very unusual from the Cardinals. They got no scoring support from the bench out here tonight, and that's just extremely unusual.
It is very unusual for this Cardinal team. A team that goes very deep on the bench. Don't necessarily have to get 20, 25, and 30 points off that bench, but they always contribute, more so than they did tonight.
On the other hand, Kimberly got 4 guys in scoring, and that was it. And all 4 of them scored in double figures. Bukowski leads the way with 27 points out here tonight. Coming in behind him was Troy Ott with 13. Randy Osmond had 12, and Jason Diaz, the sophomore, finished with 12 points before fouling out of this basketball game. Mike, final look at the statistics.
Oh, okay, thank you, Dave. The final stats will reflect as follows. The Fond du Lac Cardinals, 25 for 55 for 45%. The Papermakers, 24 for 56, 43% from the field. 17 for 22, 77% from the line. 10 for 11 for Kimberly, 91%. 10 for 10 at halftime, Dave, as you pointed out off the air to me. They had but 1 free throw in the second half of action. Cardinals, the big edge on the boards. You really do a good job of domination there. 37-23, 14 turnovers for the Cardinal and White. The Papermakers with 9.
And Mike, we don't keep a differentiation between offensive and defensive rebounds, really, do you? Or no?
No.
But I think definitely the Cardinals had a rather large advantage on the offensive boards here tonight. And again, attribute that to both Joe Wolf, who had a nice game on the offensive boards, I thought, and in particular Joe Harmson.
Yep.
High slamma jamma with numerous times in on the offensive end of things, rebounding-wise here tonight.
And a nice quiet game, I thought, also. Again, Eric Grams, that doesn't get a lot of print and a lot of talking about, but he just nonchalantly gets the job day in and day out.
So once again, the final score out here tonight, the Fond du Lac Cardinals 68 and the Kimberly Papermakers 65. The Cardinals have clinched at least a share of the championship in the Fox Valley with their final game coming on next Friday night against the Appleton East Patriots here at home, and they can wrap up the undisputed conference championship with a win there. Now, we also want to wish, of course, the Fond du Lac Gals the best of luck on Friday night as they hit up to Kimberly, and for the game that would give them the outright championship against the Kimberly Raminger. And certainly the best of luck to the Fond du Lac Cardinal gals. They've worked very hard this year. Boy, it would be nice to have the disputed conference championship. Either way, they have had a very fine season, but I think they're going to come away with a big win.
How about a
up there
perm for the Fond du Lac Cardinals this year? Something
that would
special?
be great. That would be great. A reminder now that on Saturday night, we have high school hockey action for you at